Howdy. This is my official cry for help to the greater E30 community to help me figure out what the hell is wrong with my car. It was running pretty well on this raggedy ass turbo setup, and it just had an open downpipe. And so I'd been driving it around, might insert a clip or two here of it boosting. And it was running fine. And so it was ready for exhaust. I took it to an exhaust shop. They had it for like a week or so, during which time the clutch slave cylinder decided it was done with its life. We got two pieces of it there. So it wasn't able to drive it home, so we had it towed home. And then once it was back here at the shop, it just hasn't run since, and I have no idea why. So really the only things that I've done since it was running great was took the fuel rail off and popped out the injectors, make sure nothing was super clogged in there, and I don't believe that it was. Oh, I didn't do a great job getting that back on. So I don't believe that that was my issue. But what was interesting was after I took the fuel rail out and put everything back in, it was acting like it wanted to run again. And then I came back a little later and it didn't want to run anymore. So I've confirmed that I have fuel coming from my fuel feed right here, and that's going up into the back of the rail where it should. And I've confirmed that, you know, yes, this vacuum situation is a rat's nest, but this is how it was when it was running, so I don't believe that's my issue. I've confirmed that these lines aren't leaking or anything, so I don't think that's it. I've tried 2 different fuel pressure regulators. I'm not always seeing the most fuel coming out of the fuel return line at the rail, which is a little concerning to me. And I've also tried to replace the crank position sensor down there. So that one's reading. I'll start the car in just a second here, and you'll be able to hear what it is doing. I don't know if it's just like running on fumes and combustion pressure, or like the cylinder pressure, but it will run only when you have your foot all the way to the floor. And it kind of just doesn't really care. Good Lord. So I can hear, you know, I've got mega squirt on this, so the pump does prime when I turn the key to the accessory position, which it doesn't do if you've got a stock ECU. So here, we'll prime it up a couple times, so I'm sure there's fuel at the rail, and then we'll crank it. Giving it some throttle. And this is what it does. This is all it does. So you see we're at 500, 600 RPMs at 100% full throttle. Our injector pulses, I'm wondering if maybe I have a throttle position sensor issue. I don't know. But this is all it does. And so my AFRs show dead lean. My oil pressure when it's running is up in like the 50s or 60s when it's cold. So as I was saying, and then I'll take my foot off and it just dies. So, as I was saying, this is my official call for help. Anyone who has any ideas or has seen anything like this before, hit me up, let me know. I will Venmo whoever helps me figure this out $20. Give me all your dumb suggestions. I've got a replacement fuel filter and replacement fuel tank, but just today I disconnected my fuel feed line here at the rail, and it is pumping out, you know, perfectly clean fuel. I filled this bottle up with fuel from the priming pulse, and well, I dumped it out, but it was perfectly clear. So I'm not gonna go ahead and change the gas tank like I was kind of thinking I should do. And I did, I've heard that the fuel return port in the tank can get clogged. And so I did pop this line off and push some compressed air through it, and you can hear it bubble in the tank, you know, without any obstruction. So I don't believe that's my issue, but I am just 1000% confused and just, I'm lost. I'm stumped, y'all. So anyone got any ideas, let me know, because this thing was really fun when it was moving, and I'd like to have it moving again. So any input, $20 to whoever gives me the winning tip. I know someone's got it. Everyone's had these problems before. It's just, you never know what the solution's gonna be until you find it, or until you replace everything in the damn world, and then it finally springs back to life and you've really learned nothing, but you've spent a lot of time and money and frustration figuring something out, maybe. So anybody, let me know. Thank you. Goodbye.